Hello, you're watching News Mongolia on MNB World, and I'm your host, D.Davaanaadai. On the News Mongolia today, the first meeting of the Mongolia-Uzbekistan Intergovernmental Commission is underway. The students are recycling waste and creating savings from it. A life devoted to camels, herder D.Davaanaadai's herd reaches 300. For other news, stay tuned. Mongolia and Uzbekistan convened their first Intergovernmental Commission meeting since establishing diplomatic ties in 1992. Key agreements include Mongolia supplying 100,000 sheep, launching direct flights, and boosting trade. A Made in Uzbekistan Trade Expo is set for 2025 in Ulaanbaatar.
This marks the first meeting of its kind since Mongolia established diplomatic relations with Uzbekistan in 1992. During President Hursul's state visit to Uzbekistan in June of last year, both sides discussed key issues which have now materialized into concrete actions through this inaugural session of the Intergovernmental Commission. Notable agreements include Mongolia's continued cooperation in supplying 100,000 sheep to Uzbekistan, the opening of an Uzbek trade center in Mongolia in 2025, the launch of direct flights between Ulaanbaatar and Tashkent, and the establishment of new outer corridor routes connecting the two nations.
We exchanged views and finalized cooperation plans with the leadership and representatives of Uzbekistan's accreditation bodies. During this meeting, we officially approved and ratified agreements. We are collaborating to systematically address technical barriers in trade from the outset. In the past, our focus was solely on mining exports to earn foreign currency. However, the current era presents an opportunity to export business know-how and invest in rapidly growing markets like Uzbekistan and Vietnam. By doing so, we can generate high investment returns and bring foreign currency back to Mongolia. Therefore, it is now crucial for Mongolian companies to structure and commercialize their business expertise for international markets.
As part of the Commission's agenda, discussions were held to expand cooperation across all sectors. Following the deliberations, both parties signed a protocol outlining their commitments. Deputy Prime Minister Amirsakhan also met with Uzbekistan's Prime Minister Abdulla Aripov to discuss the outcomes and resolutions of the meeting. Additionally, Mongolian business representatives participated, exchanging insights and experiences.
The state visit of President Okhnagin Hursukh to Uzbekistan in 2024 was successfully carried out, leading to the establishment of the Mongolian embassy in Tashkent. These developments have significantly contributed to deepening bilateral relations, with many crucial events taking place in recent months. I am pleased to have successfully co-organized the inaugural session of the Mongolia-Uzbekistan Intergovernmental Commission alongside Uzbekistan's Deputy Prime Minister, His Excellency Kotcheyev Jamshid, focusing on trade, economics, science, and technology. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to you, as well as the government and people of Uzbekistan, for your support and assistance in making this first meeting a success. For Mongolia, logistics and transportation have always been a challenge due to geographical distance. However, the demand for fresh meat is high in Central Asian countries. Mongolia currently has 4 meat processing plants that export meat according to safety standards required by these countries. Apart from Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan, we are exporting meat to over 10 other countries.
The two sides have also agreed to strengthen cooperation in exporting Mongolian agricultural products, including leather, wool, and cashmere goods, to the Uzbek market. Furthermore, they plan to hold a Made in Uzbekistan trade exhibition in Ulaanbaatar in 2025.
In Mongolia, there is little awareness about segregating waste and recycling. However, students from the 40th General Education School have launched a project to educate their peers about separating waste while also creating savings through their efforts.
Students are recycling glass, cans, plastic bottles, and unused clothing to create savings. They emphasize that the first step in recycling is sorting waste properly at home and at work. Young children, middle schoolers, and high schoolers alike generally have little knowledge about waste recycling. There is a lack of education on segregating waste. While we are trying our best to spread awareness, it becomes more difficult when other places don't sort their waste. It's not just plastic. Paper, glass, and cans can also be recycled. However, organizations supporting this are rare, and adults don't seem to encourage it. At first, we used our own resources to create collection bins for plastic and place them at the 2 exit doors. Initially, the kids saw them as just trash cans. After visiting each class, especially the daytime ones where waste was commonly discarded, we noticed a significant reduction in the amount of waste thrown away. The students aim to collect recyclable products and clothes using the money earned to acquire designated bins for segregating waste. Since launching this project, not only has there been a shift in attitudes, but knowledge about recycling has also improved. Kids often buy drinks in stores and after finishing them don't know where to dispose of the plastic bottles, so they throw them on the street. We want to change that. Our plan is to carry the bottles in their bags and bring them to the school's waste collection point, then send the waste to organizations for recycling. The key is that if society's attitude doesn't change, nothing will improve. I'm really happy that the students have raised this issue. There are 3 major waste disposal sites in Ulaanbaatar, with an average of 1.4 million tons of waste generated each year. Segregating waste and recycling is still a relatively new concept in Mongolia. Like this, students who are turning waste into a resource. If everyone takes responsibility and sorts their waste, it would have the greatest impact in protecting the environment and our future.
After 30 years of dedication and hard work, herder D.Davaanaadai has grown his herd to an impressive 300 camels, a testament to his perseverance and deep connection to Mongolia's nomadic traditions.
After 3 decades of unwavering dedication, camel herder D.Davaanaadai has achieved a milestone by growing his camel herd to 300. His lifelong commitment to his animals is a testament to his patience, perseverance, and deep respect for tradition. He has been herding camels since 1989, nearly 35 years. Raised among these animals, he has developed a deep fondness for them. He says camels stand out from other livestock due to their remarkable resilience to harsh weather conditions.
Camels are very smart. They sense bad weather in advance and lie down to brace for it. They also have the ability to recognize and respond to human emotions.
Camels are considered one of the most profitable livestock among the 5 main animals raised by Mongolian nomads. His family believes camels are not only highly valuable, but also the most sentimental of all livestock. Camels are highly valuable. We can use their wool, milk, and meat, and even their dung serves as fuel. They are incredibly gentle animals. My camel hesitates to be milked by anyone other than me. They also have a deep emotional connection with humans. When their owner is angry, you can even see tears in their eyes. He has 5 children and hopes to pass his camel herd down to his youngest son. He has been training him since childhood to ensure traditions continue. D.Davaanaadai's herd includes a white camel that has witnessed 3 generations. He says he holds this camel in deep regard and even offers prayers to it. This herding family's happiest moments come during calving season. D.Davaanaadai tells young herders that herding livestock can be financially beneficial and rewarding for a household as long as their hearts are dedicated to caring for their animals.
Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs.
Over the past 15 years, 60% of students from Special Needs Education School number 55 have secured jobs after completing their vocational certification courses. This school year, the school is serving 502 students, supported by 115 teachers. Since 2010, the school has been enrolling children with severe disabilities in vocational classes. In addition to basic education, the school trains students in various fields, such as cooking, gardening, and hotel services. Teachers highlight that students who train as gardeners are able to care for plants at home and grow herbs for household use. This year, the school introduced a bakery and barista class, which has sparked strong interest among students. Senior students have already learned how to make shakes and smoothies. The school's principal emphasized that the goal is to ensure students with disabilities don't have to rely on care after graduation. Instead, the school aims to equip them with the necessary skills that enable them to lead independent lives. The Mongolian team has claimed victory at the International Snow Sculpture Competition for the second time, held in Hokkaido, Japan. This year marked the 49th edition of the competition, with the Mongolian team participating in for the third time. The winning sculpture, titled Life, depicted a couple working together to build their life. Inspired by the Mongolian tale, the swan became the symbol of love. The piece symbolized love and prosperity. The artists shared that through their work, they wished for the well-being and prosperity of families around the world, represented by the life of trees held in the couple's hands. The Mongolian team was composed of 3 talented members, Sotnam Darcha, Batzaruk, and Gambatar.
Thank you for staying with us. Now let's take a look at currency exchange rates provided by the Mongol Bank. Now let's shift our attention to foreign news provided by our international partner news agencies. President Donald Trump says he'll announce on Monday that the United States will impose 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports, including from Canada and Mexico, as well as other import duties later in the week.
He is also reaffirming that he will announce reciprocal tariffs, probably Tuesday or Wednesday. That means the U.S. would impose import duties on products in cases where another country has levied duties on American goods. Trump spoke to reporters aboard Air Force One as he flew on Sunday from Florida to attend the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Top Trump administration officials are openly questioning the judiciary's authority to serve as a check on executive power, as the new president's sweeping agenda faces growing pushback from the courts. In a White House news conference with Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba Friday, Donald Trump hailed the news that Japanese company Nippon Steel will make an investment into U.S. steel rather than a purchase. Trump also said any upcoming tariffs on Japan will be mostly reciprocal, which he said is the only fair way to do it. That way nobody is hurt. They charge us, we charge them, Trump added. For his part, Ishiba was asked whether he would like to see the U.S. resume contact with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Ishiba said Trump's past meetings with Kim in Singapore and Vietnam were positive, adding it would be great if Trump is able to resolve issues with North Korea. Trump predicted that he will have relations with North Korea, calling the time he spent with Kim during his first term an asset.
That way, nobody's hurt.
Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you tomorrow with more news and updates. Goodbye.